Salut tout le monde, c'est Barry, on est reparti pour une aventure sur Beyond Blue. Allez.
Day 12. Spent the last 5 days on an endless series of depth tests of Andre's deep diving suit. Guess he doesn't want me to implode on the live stream. I do hope it's giant squid proof though. The mapping drone located a brine pool near where Andre's family has been hunting. That is, before it went AWOL. Ready to dive.
Ok. Ah ouais, on est dans les abysses là.
You sure I can't talk you into another test dive at this depth before we stream?
Enough test dives. It's not like I'm doing a spacewalk.
Poisson ballon de l'Atlantique. Ouais, on est dans les abysses. C'est un beau droit.
Starting the live stream.
Welcome back, ocean friends. Tonight, I am deep. Midnight zone, no light from the surface.
Poisson lanterne.
Tonight, we're using Andre's lure drone to mimic the Atolla jellyfish to lure large predators like the giant squid.
Waouh.
It's certainly not all my tech. I'm building on years of prior research.
Don't forget our mission to the brine pools.
Oh yes, Arena will fill you in on that later.
Non mais regardez-moi ça. Mais c'est magnifique. On peut plonger aussi profondément?
Okay, Andre, how do I find the lure drone?
Look for blinking red lights in the water.
Attends, oula. Opistoproctidae. C'est quoi ce machin? Putain, il est trop bizarre ce poisson. C'est magnifique en tout cas. C'est quoi ça? Sténophore? Sténophore.
No need to get too close. You can activate the lure from there.
Andre, have you done this before?
Effectue un scan zoomé de Méduse Atolla pour entraîner le leurre.
It's hard to say. It's a big ocean. But if you lose patience, I would find some real Atolla jellyfish.
Méduse
I have a
Atolla.
feedback system set up to improve the lure as you scan them.
Of course you do. For those watching, we will be scanning these Atolla jellyfish to make sure Andre's lure matches the real thing.
It does, but it can always be refined.
Not much confidence in humanity, but plenty in himself. Got the jellyfish scans, though Andre doesn't need them.
In truth, they should improve the lure. I would not waste your time.
Getting a few impolite comments on the screen pointing out that giant squid don't feed on Atolla jellyfish.
They're right. Actually, the Atolla puts on this light show when under attack, in order to lure creatures big enough to eat their attacker.
Eh
It
ben.
might have some useful human applications.
I think we need more Atolla scans to approve the lure.
Alors, on va faire un autre scan de Méduse Atolla. Putain, s'il y a un calamar géant, ce serait trop cool.
Okay. Whose idea was it to live stream this particular dive? I am glad I can't see the comments.
I would agree. My grandmother had a saying for times like this. I'm not going to try my grandmother's accent on a live stream, but loosely translated, it means if you get bored waiting for a giant squid, you can always go to a brine pool.
That's a pretty specific saying.
Effectue un scan zoomé de Méduse Atolla pour entraîner le leurre. Encore? Ah, c'est déjà fait. On va chercher une autre méduse. Ah, mais il y en a plein là-bas. Et comment ça doit faire flipper en vrai? Sans déconner. Et il fait noir, tu peux être vu sans voir, quoi, c'est... Ça doit être flippant.
I noticed that these atollas were already making their blue alarm before you swam close.
Most likely a sign that they have detected predators in the region that threaten them.
D'accord. Ah. Wow, trop bien.
That gave me a chill.
Oh non, mais c'est trop classe. Ah, c'est génial. Par contre,
I know how much you enjoyed that, but do you
Mirai, elle a eu
mind
du
if we
bol.
check
Hein.
out the brine pool before we check on our whale cam?
If you insist. You got what you wanted. This is my giant
Franchement, elle a eu du bol.
Is that
C'est
another
qu'un
one of
calamar
your grandmother's
géant,
sayings?
pas sûr
No,
qu'il attaque pas les
but you
humains.
often use this one. Hurry up and collect my specimens for me.
What an expressive language.
It's no giant squid, but I promise you, you won't have to wait to find it.
Non mais regardez comment c'est beau. On se croirait sur la lune. C'est quoi les petits trucs qui font des loupiottes là? C'est quoi
At
ça?
long last, welcome to the brine pool.
De tapis
I know
microbiens,
it's really
scanner
a
des
salt lake under
myxines.
the ocean, but it looks more like a witch's brew. I have been teasing Arena, but a brine pool is a diverse microenvironment within the ocean. It has its own ecosystem.
And each one is unique. So that means the microbiology is unique and could hold groundbreaking solutions to human problems. Each time I take new samples into a lab here on this ship, it's this magical discovery moment where I tingle all over. I fund my own research so I can pursue what I know to be important. And people ask me, how much money are you going to spend to collect some bacteria at the bottom of the ocean? If these bacteria hold the cure for
J'aimerais bien un jeu comme ça qui se passe sur la Terre, dans la savane ou la jungle. Ce serait trop bien, ça changerait des jeux où on chasse, où on tue.
Giant squid.
J'aime bien les jeux comme ça où on scanne et tout. Alors attendez, ça c'est quoi? Non, on l'a vu. Poisson lanterne. Ah ok. Ça c'est quoi? Non. Myxine. Ah mais c'est ce qu'on avait vu l'autre fois dans le documentaire qui plonge dans une espèce de pâte là. C'est marrant ce truc. Ça, ouais, on dirait une espèce de brume. C'est un peu pâteux. Ça me rappelle un peu Subnautica, il y avait un moment comme ça.
Pushing your waypoint.
Sperm whales are back on the hunt.
Attendez, je peux pas y aller. Ah non, je peux pas y aller.
We hope that today, Andrea's tech will make it possible to document how a sperm whale hunts the giant squid.
Elle a pas peur avec les cachalots, elle? Parce que les cachalots, ça chasse des calamars, donc ça peut manger un humain peut-être, je sais pas. Même les orques et tout, quoi. Ah ouais.
Let's go tag some sperm whales so we can eavesdrop on their hunting.
One
Alors,
of our viewers
42,
wants to
et
know if
là-bas,
there is
je
a
peux
problem with the
58.
link, since the waypoints keep appearing and disappearing.
No problem. The drones are in stealth mode, so they will only track the whales by sound.
I better swim fast.
Je dois les baguer à main nue? Non, sérieux. Ah. Activez la caméra réceptrice des bacs pour la chasse au cachalot.
We'll keep
Ouais.
good watch over you.
Putain, on voit que dalle, c'est la nuit. Ah, le calamar. Waouh. Je crois que la bague est
What just
tombée.
happened?
Putain, le
I
calamar.
think the squid knocked the camera right off.
I had that camera feed in full screen on my visor, and for a second, I thought it was lights out for me.
Sounds like a good time for the sub to pick you up.
Et je peux pas le scanner? Oh non, bah vas-y, scanne-le. Ah, c'est les bassins de Saumur, donc. Alors... Et on va voir un peu. Un univers sonore.
Sound to whales is everything. It's their hands. These are animals with the biggest brain on Earth and the most powerful sonic apparatus. They spend a lot of their time deep down. They're diving for an hour at a time in darkness. Just like a submarine is echolocating, they ping a signal out and then they wait for that signal to bounce off something and come back as the signal. And from that information, they could get an idea of what's there.
They constantly click, and that click sometimes can be really loud, and you can feel it in your body. It's like going to a DJ and feeling that bass. Once I had an experience with a sperm whale. It clicked, my ears almost like bounced back. It's really an amazing feeling, you know.
You don't develop a huge, complicated brain if you're not using it. Whales have little channels of communicating where they could talk to each other hundreds of kilometers away using sound.
Sperm whales make clicks in sort of rhythmic patterns that we call codas. Any family might have 20 to 25 different coda patterns that they use when they're having conversations with each other. And some of them are unique to different places in the world. In the Eastern Caribbean, they make a lot of what we call a 1 + 1 + 3. That sounds kind of like this. And that's only ever been recorded in the Caribbean. And it's been identical for the last 35 years. These are really different ways of life that are being labeled by these coda patterns. In the same way that human language is kind of a shorthand for where you come from. You can make a lot of missteps when traveling simply by speaking incorrectly or introducing yourself differently. Do you hug? Do you shake hands? Do you bow? And a growing concern has to do with the noise that we're putting into the ocean. Everything we do impacts everything they're doing. The sound is causing high levels of stress in animals like this. No one wants to live at a rock concert. You can imagine trying to have your home inside an arena while some metal band is playing. And that's increasingly what the ocean feels like.